Practice adding and subtracting decimals. Here's the first problem. 4.75 plus 3 plus 2. Go ahead and try this addition problem. So focus on the decimal points. That's the secret to adding decimals. Let's rewrite this number. Now rewrite the decimal and write 3 over here and 2 over here. Now look over here, we have an empty space. Just go ahead and add a 0. See? Now you have everything perfectly aligned. Go ahead and add these two first. 5 plus 0 will be 5. Now just go ahead and add these two next. 7 plus 2, that will be 9. Now focus on the decimal. Rewrite the decimal point. Now 4 plus 3, that will be 7. So here's your first answer, 7.95. Now try subtracting a decimal problem. Subtract 7.5 minus 2.85. Okay, so once again, focus on the decimal point. Let's rewrite this number, 7.5, and rewrite 2.85. Again, look over here. Looks weird. Just go ahead and add a 0. Now it looks easier to solve. Let's go ahead and let's solve these two first. 0 minus 5. Well, you cannot subtract 5 from 0. You need to borrow from the 4. Sorry. You need to borrow from the 5. This will be 4 and this will be 10. Now 10 minus 5. 10 minus 5 will give you 5. Now 4 minus 8. You cannot subtract 8 from 4, so you need to borrow from the 7. This will turn into 6 and this will turn into 14. Now 14 minus 8, that will be 6. Bring down the decimal point, and now 6 minus 2, that will be 4. This is your answer. What if you add a negative 6.4 and a positive 2.1? What if you add negative decimals and positive decimals? Well, all right, so here's the rule you need to remember. Whenever you add a negative plus a positive, you will take the sign of the absolute bigger number. Let's compare these two numbers. So we have 6.4 and we have 2.1. Which one is bigger? Is 6.4 bigger or 2.1 is bigger? Well, 6.4 is bigger, right? So you would take the sign that is next to that number. So the sign is negative. So our final answer has to be a negative. The next step you need to take is you need to do this. You need to subtract. So you simply rewrite 6.4 minus 2.1. 4 minus 1, that's 3 decimal point. 6 minus 2, that's 4. So 4.3, and the negative here. Just rewrite it over here, and this is your final answer, negative 4.3. What about a problem like this? 3.25 plus negative 5.6. Well, this is very similar because here, if you notice, you are adding a positive and a negative, and the same rule follows. You will take the sign of the absolute number that's bigger. And what's the next step? The next step will be to subtract. So try to remember this little rule here. So let's compare the numbers. We have 3.25 and we have 5.6. Between these two numbers, which one is bigger? Well, 5.6 is bigger. So we would take the sign of 5.6, which is a negative. So our final answer has to be a negative. Next step is to subtract. So let's rewrite that number and let's subtract 3.25. Again, empty space, just add a 0. Let's subtract 0 minus 5. 0 minus 5, you cannot subtract 5 from 0, so you need to borrow from the 6. Now you subtract 10 minus 5. That will be 5. And now 5 minus 2, that will be 3. Decimal point. 5 minus 3, that will be 2. But remember that our answer has to be a negative. Don't forget the sign. So our final answer is negative 2.35. Now, what if you subtract negative 4.75 minus 1.25? This problem can be a little tricky, but focus over here. If you notice, these two decimals are negative. I would suggest you to think of money. Let's say you owe money and you owe money. So basically, you need to pay back these two amounts. So the only way to know how much you owe is that you need to add this money you owe and you add this money you owe. So basically, you will have to pay a certain amount of money, which means negative money that you don't have that you need to pay back. So basically, you are adding these two numbers. You owe this and you owe this. So basically you're adding, so you should go ahead and you should add these two. Let's add them. And your answer should be a negative because that's the money you owe. Let's add 5 plus 5. That is 10. Carry the 1. 7, 8, 9. That's 10. Put the 0 here. Carry the 1, but bring down your decimal. Now you add 1 plus 4. That's 5 plus 1. That will be 6. So your final answer is negative 6.00, or actually is simply negative 6. Now what about this problem? 9.3 minus a negative 2.7. Okay, so over here you have to be very careful. Focus over here. Look, we have a minus and we have a minus. Whenever you have this situation, we call it double negatives. And whenever you have this over here, turn this into a positive sign. Just turn it into a positive sign. It will make your life easier. And now you can go ahead and you can add by lining these two numbers. That's 2.7. Let's add them. 7 plus 3. 3 plus 7, that will be 10. Carry the 1, but bring down your decimal. 9 plus 1 plus 2, that will be 12. So your final answer is 12. Now what if you add negative 7.8 plus negative 3.2? But basically you're adding two negatives, right? So keep the sign. Your final answer has to be a negative. Now you can go ahead and let's rewrite this like this, and we're going to add 3.2. Let's add 8 plus 2, that will be 10. 7 plus 1 plus 3, that will be 11. But remember, your answer is negative. So our final answer would be a negative 11. Now, what if you add a big number like 12.45 minus 7.88? Well, this can be a simple problem. All you need is to line them up like this. Focus on the decimal, and let's rewrite 7.88. And now look over here, you have an empty space. Let me tell you something, nothing to worry about here, because the only places you fill in with zeros would be over this side after the decimal. It will cause you to make less mistakes. Now let's go ahead and let's subtract. 5 minus 8, well, we cannot subtract 5 minus 8. We need to borrow from 4. That's 3. Now that's 15. 15 minus 8, that will be 7. Now 3 minus 8, we cannot, so let's borrow from the 2. That will be 1. Now it's 13. 13 minus 8, that will be 5. Bring down your decimal point, and now you have 11 minus 7. 11 minus 7 will be 4. So now this is your final answer, 4.75. What if you add a small decimal plus a big decimal? What would your answer be? Well, basically, this is similar to the problem we were solving. You're adding a negative and you're adding a positive. You take the sign of the bigger absolute value of the number between 10 and 5. Which one is bigger? 10 is bigger, so we were taking the sign of 10, which is positive. Our answer would be positive. And the next step, do you remember the next step? What is the next step? It is to subtract. Take 10.25 minus 5.0. Alright, do you remember the rules? Do we need to add a 0 over here? No. We only add zeros on this side. We fill in the empty spaces with zeros. Let's add a 0 here. Now let's go ahead and let's subtract. 5 minus 0, that will be 5. 2 minus 0, that will be 2. Bring down the decimal point, and now 10 minus 5, that will be 5. So our answer is positive, so this answer is 5.25. Now what about this problem? This problem over here can be very tricky. Let's subtract a negative 4.5. So pay close attention. You have a negative 8.7 minus a negative 4.5. So do you remember the step we need to take? Whenever we see double negatives close to each other like this, turn it into a positive sign. And now you rewrite this problem and organize your problem neatly like this. And now you need to focus on the sign. So basically now you are adding a negative and a positive. 4.5 is positive. Now between these two, let's compare 8.75 and 4.5. Which one is bigger? Well, this one over here is bigger, so we're going to take the sign of 8.75, which is negative. So our final answer would be negative. And do you remember the step? I hope you are tracking up the steps. The step is to subtract, right? So let's rewrite 8.75 minus 4.5. All right, empty space, fill in with a 0. Now 5 minus 0, well, that will be simply 5. 7 minus 5, that will be 2. Bring down your decimal. Now 8 minus 4 will be 4, but remember that our final answer has to be negative, so our final answer is negative 4.25. Now, if this video helped you subtract and add decimals, let me know down in the comments. I'll see you in the next lesson.